Hello everyone, welcome to Common Conversations. We are answering some questions about marriage today, some popular questions that people have. We decided to just jump in and start answering them for ourselves. So what's one of our questions we're talking about today?
So how to keep marriage fresh. We just celebrated 11 years in April.
Yep, been together for 11 years.
11 years.
And we'll be married for 8 years this year.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that people, ask us about is how do you guys keep it fresh? How do you keep things rolling? What we've really boiled it down to is 4 things to keep your marriage fresh. So we want to share those with you. So what was the first point that we had about that?
Keep dating.
Yeah.
I think that's so important, just making sure you make time for each other, especially once kids come into the picture. If you decide to have kids, you have to make time,
Because you don't get time.
And you don't realize how much it changes. I mean, we constantly went on dates when we were early married.
We were on dates. We didn't even know that we were on
I know.
dates.
We go get mail now and say, it's date.
Right.
It's a date moment.
Seriously. And I think that is crucial to just continue to keep dating each other, because a lot of times what happens is you just feel like, oh, well, now that we're married, that's that,
Mm-hmm.
And
you can't let that settle.
Right.
Even just being curious, there's always so much to learn about one another. Me and you have known each other, since we were 5, so
Yeah.
I knew a lot about you, but there's still so much, I'm learning still.
Yeah, and so I think that under that point of keep dating is to stay curious about each other. The way that you stay married is you still are genuinely interested in that person. Mm-hmm. I think people start to get bored with their spouse.
Yeah.
And whenever they start to get bored with their spouse, then they start to maybe look elsewhere or start to complain about stuff that really isn't even a thing to complain about. But because they're bored, we crave drama when we're bored.
Mm-hmm.
And so we almost create illusions in that spouse when it's not even really there. And we have to stay curious about, them and the relationship, and knowing that there's still so many more layers to the person.
Yeah. It feels really good when someone wants to ask you questions, because they're genuinely just interested. That says a lot to the other person, I think.
And I think also being curious together is a big piece of that. Number one of, keep dating. You can be curious about each other, but also continuing that curiosity outward of exploration, adventure, excitement. When you were dating, you went to restaurants you wouldn't normally go to. You went to towns you wouldn't normally go to, and you can continue that interest in each other, but also continuing that
together.
Yeah. Guys, surprising your spouse with a new place. We eat Mexican food all the time. I need to be saying, I got this Thai place we're gonna go to. Let's go to this Thai food place. Because it's keeping that vibrancy. That's what makes dating exciting. So I think number one, if you're going to keep your marriage fresh, you've got to keep dating. It's a must.
And then also pursuing and chasing your partner. So showing that, and I think that kind of, also goes with the curiosity, because you're pursuing them. So in any way you can pursue that person, get creative.
Yeah.
That's the fun part of being in a relationship,
People want to be wanted. A lot of times we can just become complacent once we get married. And over time, it just becomes such business as usual, I think we'll get to a little bit more of this in the next point. But even on that keep dating, the reason dating is so much fun is because of that. There's no complacency here. It's all fresh. It's all new. And, we have to continue that with our spouse.
Yeah. The second is don't let life get too serious. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
And that can be in all regards, finances or anything, Try to approach things carefully and lighthearted.
Yeah.
If you come at each other accusing, it can be easily a defense or a fight can break out from that. I think doing everything lighthearted is
and
really
keeping the relationship fun.
Yeah.
It has to be fun.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, none of us really want to do something we don't want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't want to do anything really unless it's fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
And,
yeah.
You know, sometimes things are work and they take time and it's energy and effort, but at the end of the day, it's fun. You know, like even with what we're doing with Common Conversations, it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And that's how I think marriage is not taking it too seriously, not putting too much, you know, weight on it to perform in a certain way. I think is crucial too, is allowing the relationship to be fun and flourishing and flexible and whimsical.
Yeah.
And there's serious stuff.
Yeah.
But I think approaching everything with a sense of optimism, with a sense of lightheartedness and fun.
Yeah.
Not taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
You know?
You started kind of doing this thing where it's so funny to think about and say, but like when me and you were kind of just like irritated, or maybe it's just me being irritated, I don't know. You always say, can't be mad at me if I'm touching you.
Yes, and
So
I'll touch you.
And I get so mad. I'm like, but it breaks it down.
Yes.
Like I'm literally like, okay, it ends up being playful and funny.
Yes.
Like it honestly breaks the ice.
Yes, because it's so true. Because you know, you'll have your little irritation spells, and I'll do that. I'll just rub your hand. You can't be mad at me if I'm touching you.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I can't.
Yeah, because we can't take this thing too seriously.
Yeah.
We got to be playful, have fun. I think these points build on each other. That's something you do in your dating.
Yeah.
You know?
Not to give off the wrong impression, we have had arguments and we have fought. So not to say like we're like this.
No.
It's all the time. We've had to work at it.
Totally.
For sure. You know?
We've been together for 11 years.
Yeah.
I mean, and we still fight, and we have to continue to center ourselves and bring ourselves back. But I think these are definitely some things that we've learned, and then I think, you know, people like you, because you're a person like us, and the reality is we're all just people trying to figure this thing out, and especially marriage is so hard. You know, these are just things that we always come back to. These are rooted points that continue to help us keep it fresh, you know. So number 3 is intimacy.
Yeah.
And you really brought this one up.
I just think that intimacy in all regards, like, you know, is really important. To feel connected to your partner and to feel like you have that connection with them.
But you're not just doing life together.
Yeah.
Like you're connected to each other and experiencing life together. It's so much more than just like, you know, being roommates. Yeah. Or coexisting in the same, you know, 4 walls.
Yeah.
Like intimacy is something that is much more deep. It's much more, it's holistic. It's connected on mind, body, soul level. It's deeply integrated in the 2 beings becoming one, you know, and keeping that oneness with the, you know, husband and wife, or, you know, whatever it is for you. But for us, it's keeping that intimacy together. And some of the things that help with intimacy is, I think, pressing rewind and saying, well, what originally attracted us together? You know? Yeah. What originally was that spark that came about, you know? And when we can put our thumb on what was that original attraction to each other, I think that can begin to cultivate intimacy again. I think this video is really good for people too who have been experiencing a lull in their relationship and they're trying to bring it back to life. And I think it's thinking back, what was that original thing? You know, maybe it was a hobby even. Maybe it was an activity that you did together. Yeah. You know, I mean, even if you met your spouse at the bar, you know, maybe you don't, I don't know if you want to do that again or not, but, you know, the idea behind, the idea behind a bar is going out and having fun and having a good time. So maybe you guys need to get out and have a good time together. Yeah. So, I mean, anything that you can do together that is what originally lit that fire, you know, back in the beginning, that creates that sense of intimacy, and it kind of reminds us of like, oh, that's the look in the eye that I see.
I think it's good to talk about too, like, you know, when you're on your date with that person, talk about, you know, those things that originally attracted you to that person, because that can like spark that again, I feel like. Yeah. So always kind of talking about what you love and see in one another.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's what we do on like every anniversary. When we go out on an anniversary dinner, we reflect on just the whole of our past marriage, and then we really kind of focus in on the past year. And we also look forward to the future as well. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do a video in the future of just setting goals for you know, your relationship and your marriage, and that's what we do on an annual, I mean much more than that, but on a grand level we definitely do that on our anniversary. But it's that same thing of like reflecting and taking moments of time to see these gold nuggets, you know, in the relationship, and having fun together. I don't know if I can stress that enough.
Yeah.
Of like how important having fun together is.
Yeah.
And also going after goals together.
Yeah.
Like having those things that you're after, that big dream, whatever it is that you can work together on and inspire and encourage each other in, that thing that you're working towards, breeds a sense of intimacy, you know, with us. True. Because it gives us a sense of camaraderie that we're together working for something. You know, we're moving in this direction together, and it's like it
takes you to in a different way, another level of connectedness.
Yeah.
You know, in another way.
Because you're like deeply connected teammates.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're supporting each other. You're on the same team, and you're, you know, working together to build whatever it is, or, you know, your goals or your dreams.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
And those can be defined however you want to define them, you know?
Yeah.
The point is that you're doing those things together. You're adventuring together, you're doing hobbies together, you're reflecting on what originally sparked this, and you're after the future together, and that breeds an intimacy, you know, in the marriage.
It does.
All right.
Definitely.
So let's get the last one, number 4.
Notice the details.
Dudes, you need to notice your lady. You know, I think something with noticing details is like, you know, whenever Lindsay will ask me like, does this outfit look good? There was a time in our marriage where I'd be like, yeah, it looks great, you know? And I didn't really think it looked that good.
Yeah.
But like, what I've learned is I genuinely tell you like, no, I actually think you should change. And it might frustrate you, but what that shows is that I'm paying attention to the details, and I'm not just agreeing to agree. It's we're integrated.
And I know your answer is honest, and I can trust it.
And that way, whenever I tell you what you're wearing looks really good, you can trust me that I'm being honest, that it really does.
Yeah.
You know? And I think noticing the details, if you don't notice the details, you can never make comments. And you need to be making comments and compliments to your lady.
Yeah,
you
and
have
same
to.
with women. With men, I think men will appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think it goes both ways for sure. It just shows that you really see one another, and everybody wants to be seen, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's crucial to notice the details, pay attention to the details, and notice each other's hard work and sacrifice. You know, because I'd have to notice your being at home with the kids all day, like being a stay-at-home mom. That's a full-time job, you know? And I have to notice and appreciate that when I come home and the house is clean. Like, I have to give honor where honor is due.
And same with, you know, you working, you know, you providing for us. Like, I think it goes both. Like, it's acknowledging that we're both putting into this thing, we're making it happen. Being careful not to compare one being more important than the other, but knowing that it's a team thing, you know.
Yeah.
I think that means a lot when there's compliments, you know, in that way of gratitude for each other and what we're doing, the unseen hard work, you know. I think that's so important, and that really does. That means a lot to me when you come home and say that, like, you know, because you appreciate it too, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
So
appreciating that hard work and noticing the details.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really important, and something that I think we miss out on, and I think that is a huge part of keeping vibrancy. Because really what we're talking about is just attention and awareness with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really boiled it down, I mean, that's really what we're talking about, is the way that you keep a marriage vibrant is pay attention.
Yeah. Yep.
Pay attention.
Yeah, and you'll be intentional.
Yes.
That's
100%.
just how it goes. It seems like, for us, it's how it's worked, and it seems like that's been really true for us.
Yep. Totally agree. Totally agree. So those are 4 aspects of how to keep a marriage fresh, and we have a lot more videos that are coming, that are already on our channel. We'd love to have you subscribe, leave some feedback, comment below. What are some things that keep your marriage fresh? And also, too, we are on Instagram at Common Conversations. We post a lot there. We'd love to have you connect with us there. And we really care about marriages, and we really want to inspire great marriages. That's what we want to do. So join us next time. We got more videos to come.